Alright, we're doing Metallic Tremor. One thing before we start. Down, down, one changes his form. That's the gimmick in this variation. You start in Metallic, then you change the lava form, and it changes the properties of all your moves. And let's get into all the moves right now. Magma toss. Back, forward 2, and you can amplify it to make it a mid.
Universal.
Okay, so it's a universal move. It's the same as back 2 and aftershock. So if you want to know what it does, go to the aftershock video.
Right.
Okay, moving on. Rolling cutter. Back, forward 4.
It can launch, but the thing is, if you are trying to use it as a zoning tool, people can react to it and jump over it. It's very reactable, and if you're trying to like use it during strings, you can jump over it. So for example, I got transform. So basically, the only way that you are ever gonna land this while they're on the ground is if you condition them. Other than that, I wouldn't do it if you don't have them conditioned. I wouldn't do it at all. I will only do it if you hit confirm. I will not do it any further.
What about from range? Would you just chuck them out and hope it hits?
I would say that like it depends on how clumsy the player is, because this move comes out so slow, and if he tries to like try to contest with me, depending on how plus his plus range are, how plus it is, his hit advantage, I can try to convert in neutral. Like I can try to convert. So for example, if we were to both zone, right? Like at the same time. So 1, 2, 3. I mean that's still fine. Like I still have the hit advantage because you're floating, but then I won't be able to convert off of it. I have to be like much closer, but knowing that you have the much faster frames than mine, then it's like what can I do? What can I do from there? It's back to, I'm next to you, yes, but there's no, only thing I can get is like a back of 1 after.
Okay, so it launches when you're in magma form, but it's slower than all the other variations of back, forward 4. Lava punch, just big punch, but in lava form.
You know, same thing is very universal. Just the fact that what's different is when you do the punch, the animation is completely different. So if I was to go back to my gold and I do it, that animation comes out. Switch back to lava, that animation comes out. And the thing is that if you were to tech, you can tech roll. If I do this punch right here, you can tech roll. See? You can basically tech roll, and usually sometimes when a Tremor player does this move, they always try to follow up with this. You can jump over it. You can jump over it. So your only OS is to like bait him jumping in and try to get an anti-air.
So when you're in lava form, big punch just pushes you back further. And another thing I noticed is the up punch. It should, you go in a weird way, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So the way this is basically your meter build because of it going upward. See, that's basically what you utilize that move for. It's to meter build, because you can do it over and over, and you know, once you're done doing it, because depending on how the gravity is for the opponent, it's gonna get much harder to try to convert because they're coming down to the ground much faster.
Okay.
So what happens is that the maximum times you can do is like 3. I wouldn't go no more than that, because at that point, if you try to do another move, then your combo's gonna drop. So I would definitely just do it a few times, no more than that.
Alright, Magma Shatter. Down back 1.
This move right here is basically you want to end your combo strings. This is your ender completely, whether it's in neutral or whether it's in the corner. This is your ender at all times. And the reason why I am saying this, because not only you get that restand priority, you can OS after that. You can use any option select that you go with. So it could be that into forward 2, it could be that into grab, it can be that into unblockable. You have so many routes to take after that restand. I can go in with forward 1 because, mind you, it's plus 12-1 hit. Plus 12-1 hit. So, you hit by this, you immediately go into forward 1. I can't duck. See? I was trying to duck. See? I was trying to duck again. Because it's coming out so quick. Like, it's just one press of a button, and I can't do anything. I have to hold that. And it's a good button to condition people. Put them to respect, so if you are trying to mix, you can mix it up with, I'd say, standing 1, standing 2, 1 down 4, up 4, and standing 1, 2, 3.
So basically this variation, once you're in lava form, you just want to restand to get your pressure on with down back 1. So this is like the main gimmick of this variation, the restand.
Oh, and I forgot to mention about one thing. This has 2 hits of armor.
Okay, so compared to the regular shatter, this one has 2 hits?
Yes.
Lava drop. Down back tree. This changes the rock drop when you're in lava form?
Yeah, it does. So basically what happens, so if you, can you jump for me real quick? So what happens is, you see that? It doesn't knock you down. It restands you. And then once it restands, then you can go in with any option after that. Once this hits, guess what happens? You're back on the ground. Can't really do very much except for hope that my move whips. And then, while that animation is going off, I can rush it with forward 1. Because it's mad plus on hit. So, if you're trying to escape or trying to press a button, you're gonna get converted. You're gonna take some really good damage.
So in this form, you have to be in lava form, otherwise you get the regular rock. When you're in lava, you get the flame, which restands jumping opponents. This can also be amplified. Does it work the same as regular? Like it just comes out faster?
Yeah, but the hit advantage is not really different at all. Like, you could spin the bar if you want, but hit advantage is still the same.
Okay. Alright, these are goal form now. Back forward 2, the toss.
same thing.
Alright, same as all the other versions, universal? Okay.
Yep, absolutely. Nothing different.
The punch. Anything changed?
Well, it's still universal. Just like a regular stone punch. There's absolutely nothing different at all. Same hit advantage, same it being on -7 in the startup. It's completely the same.
Gold punch. Down, back, 1.
See, this move right here is what you use to zone people. This is your zoning tool. From any direction that you want to go with. If you read the opponent's gonna jump, use the up. If you think that they're gonna try to run up on you, use the mid one. Catch them with the low one. If you hit them with the low, then you're gonna force them to jump because you may do it. So, and on top of that, the up one can convert. See? This up projectile can convert because of how plush it is on hit. So I can just, just do any move, but I have to make sure I hit confirm it to it. Because if I don't, then they can jump out, they can armor because of Tremor's, his rush down, like his movement speed. He can definitely get in, but he has to get in a different way. Otherwise, you can down one him, or you can armor.
Well, if they block it, won't you have like enough advantage still just to run up and do something, or?
Yes and no, because like I said, like you are definitely afraid of if they're gonna down poke you if you're trying to rush. So if you know that they are going to try to block or they're trying to press after, then you can use back 1, but 14 frame, yeah, they may be able to get a button out before you even get your back 1 out. So you would have to do something else as far as trying to get in after. Yeah, something like that. Something like, if you do this and then you're blocking, do this and you're blocking, you can do back 1. I was gonna say you can do standing 2-1-2 after, but I don't know. I haven't really tested it out that much. See? You see how you down poke me there? I was definitely trying to do back 1. But, because it's not plush, that's the thing. This move right here is not plush if you're far away. It's not plush at all.
Okay, I see. So, hold down, it goes low. You can go mid if you leave it, and then go up for people jumping.
This is your zone tool right here. And then what makes it so good, do it enough times, and then your opponent is just getting impatient, you can flash parry as a OS.
Okay.
So, they get sick and tired of all the zoning and they try to get in. Now your job is to try to find a way to get in. But if you do try to find a way to get in, then I'm gonna make sure I have the flash parry ready.
On meter burn, does it still have the hit of armor?
Yes. Oh, that right there? No, it doesn't. The armor's completely gone.
So only in lava form do you get the armor?
Yes.
Okay. And regular pizza cutter, well, it's the same as usual.
Yep, same, universal, nothing changed.
What's the general game plan for Metallic?
General game for Metallic is for him to have you in the corner. for him to have you in the corner and for him to be able to transform while you're in the corner, and then from that point on, it's a guessing game. You have to guess his 50-50s, and if he confirms into any of his 50-50s, it's going to end with his restand, and from that point, you can OS anything. That's his game plan. That's where he wants you to be. He wants you to be in the corner at all times. And yeah, you can try to use this move right here, just in case you try to catch him off guard. But your ender will always be this restand. Because look how far you are from me. I just hit you like there. See, like that right there is dangerous. That's very dangerous. And like I said, like if you block the second one, right, you're trying to get in. Flash parry, like, because people are trying to get in. They are trying to get in and try to do something crazy. So every time someone gets hit by this over and over, see how he was blocking there? That means I can OS like crazy after that. Forward 2, even back 3. You can do whatever. And if I do this right here, it gives me that space to do this because of the reach. So your game plan is to absolutely condition people with that restand, and they have to respect that restand because of how plus on hit is. Nothing more.
Okay, so get your opponent to the corner, switch to lava form, restand, and then do your shenanigans. And if you're at range, just use this to zone. Down back 1.
Absolutely. That's correct.
So you start in Metallic, you can zone in this variation better. When you get up close, you do your thing.
Absolutely.
And what do you say some of the weaknesses of this variation?
Well, the weakness of this variation is that it's pretty slow. Like I was mentioning before, like this move is pretty slow. And by the time that comes out, you're gonna go up against an opponent that has a much faster projectile. Even in the gold form, the startup on this is super slow, so if you fight someone that has a much faster projectile, yeah, you're not gonna be able to trade. If anything, they'll be able to block in time. Period. Like they'll be able to block, and you have to sit there and hold whatever projectile they threw at you. And now you gotta rush at them because of how fast that projectile is.